Welcome geeks to another swashbuckling episode of GEEKisH News, the show that gives you the lowdown on what's happening in entertainment, pop culture, and all things geek. I'm your host Dan Mack, and have I got news for you? I've got the latest news on Game of Thrones behind the scenes special, the latest scoop on the new Battlefleet Gothic Armada and Warhammer Total War games, and news on the new Heroes Reborn and X-Files miniseries. So without further ado, let's get stuck into it. The power behind the throne. HBO has released a promo for their upcoming behind-the-scenes special for Game of Thrones, A Day in the Life. This special will take audiences for a day on set in the world's largest television production as it films its 5th season, spanning locations in over 3 countries such as Belfast in Northern Ireland, Dubrovnik in Croatia, Sevilla and Osuna in Spain. This behind-the-scenes look at what goes on in TV's favourite fantasy drama will give audiences a glimpse at the sheer scale and production value that goes into making the show. Featuring interviews with both cast and crew, this is sure to create further wonder and awe amongst the fans. Game of Thrones: A Day in the Life will premiere in early February, just before the series return and the Season 5 opener in April. All hands to battle stations. In gaming news, Focus Home Interactive has officially announced the release of Battlefleet Gothic Armada. Unlike the original tabletop war game released by Games Workshop in 1999, Armada will play out as a real-time strategy game instead of the original turn-based system, forcing would-be admirals of the 41st millennium to think quickly on their feet and make snap tactical decisions to ensure your fleet's survival and victory. The game is being developed in conjunction with Ethereum developer Tinderlost Interactive on the Unreal 4 engine, and will feature ships from the Imperial, Eldar, Orc and Chaos factions. Focus has yet to release information about a release date for Battlefleet Gothic Armada, but has said we should learn about it very soon. Whilst on the subject of Games Workshop adaptations, the Creative Assembly, developers of the Total War series, accidentally leaked information about Warhammer Total War before its scheduled announcement. The leak came when a fan received their copy of The Art of Total War art book early, mentioning the upcoming release. Wasting no time, this information flooded the Total War forums and created quite a sensation among the fans. Though it should come as no surprise, the Creative Assembly signed a deal with Games Workshop in 2012 to develop a game using the Warhammer licensing. Apart from the title, not much else is known about the new game, but hopefully we should see some screenshots and some concept art on the net hopefully soon. Though it should come as no shock, as the Creative Assembly signed a deal with Games Workshop in 2012 to develop a game using the Warhammer licensing. Apart from the title, not much else is known about the new game, but hopefully we should see some screenshots and some concept art making their way onto the net soon. Reopening files and heroes being reborn. And finally, in other TV news, NBC has announced Zachary Levi being cast in a lead role in their new Heroes Reborn. Ever since the series wrapped in 2010, fans have been divided on how it ended. But even now, 5 years on, Heroes still has a faithful fanbase, and NBC has wisely tapped into this. It is unclear as to the nature of the character Levi, who you'll no doubt know from his work in spy comedy Chuck, will play in Heroes Reborn, and the production is keeping it firmly under wraps. But it goes without saying that Heroes Reborn is a must-watch for fans and anyone who is curious about the original series. Over at Fox, the announcement has gone out that the television studio is in talks about a new X-Files miniseries. Just like NBC, Fox is also keeping tight-lipped on the new production. The only confirmation is that the miniseries will be a continuation of the series written by Chris Carter. It is unclear how many episodes will be in the series, but fans are at least hoping that it addresses some of the unanswered questions from the 2008 movie. Well, that's all we have for you in this edition of GEEKisH News, but please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can stay in the loop with all things GEEKisH and check out some of our other videos made by the GEEKisH team. Also make sure that you check us out on Facebook, where we love to post all sorts of cool articles, pictures and links, and make sure you click the like button while you're there. This has been Dan Mack for GEEKisH News. We'll catch you next time.